It's Monday, it is beautiful out, and we've got a beautiful episode of What's on Your Table here. Welcome to the show where two guys who love food try food and talk about it. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Berger. With me, as always, is my co-host and confidant, Christopher Husley. Christopher, how are you feeling today? This morning?
Man, feeling pretty good. Really excited to share this episode with everyone as it gets a little jiggy, if you catch my jig.
Hey, I like that.
You know, I'm real excited to share with everyone something nice to go do for St. Patrick's Day with the whole family. So
exactly. And today we went to Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery in downtown Peoria, a staple of the community, especially in the local bar scene. As you'll hear, this is kind of a nationally known place. Anyone that's been to Peoria and is over the age of 21 has probably been to Kelleher's. This is a place where you can get some wonderful food, some wonderful drinks. We didn't have any drinks, so you won't see that today, but you'll hear about it. So,
well, also, Alex, I want to preface with,
of course,
we got to try something new this time with us trying food. I'm not going to spoil it, but I want to hype it up just a little bit before we get into it. You guys are about to see it here in just 1 second, but something new that we really liked, and it's something we've never done before on the podcast. So I'm really glad to share it with everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our first video.
All right. So what we got going on here for the appetizer is our Irish whiskey glazed meatballs. That's something we did for our pop-up menu. We do a lot of pop-up menus, and the meatballs always go over well. So now we're throwing our Irish twist to it with that Irish whiskey glaze.
Love it.
So yeah, they're
yeah. Rub it down in the middle there, down the bottom there. You got to get
You got to get more of the sauce.
Yeah,
a little bit in there.
And then we have our traditional corned beef and cabbage with my grandmother's recipe. And then the fish and chips is one of our most popular items here throughout the year.
Yeah.
We sell quite a bit of those, and it's one of my dad's recipes on that batter. You want to talk about the batter, Dad?
Yeah. So first of all, I eat corned beef. I'll be eating corned beef every day this month because of I like to taste the corned beef before it goes out.
Of course.
And do I eat a lot of it? No. I could, but I just got to save myself for every day.
Of course.
But the batter on the fish is back to Kelleher, Iowa. There's an old down in Marquette, Iowa, hotel that you could tell it was an old barge hotel, like an old railroad hotel. They had railroad and barge there, and right on the Mississippi River. And the guy that owned it, him and his daughter, all had a good worked in this restaurant. It was just a dump. I mean, but they had a line out the door every time we went by, so we'd stop in. And he used to be a cook in the service, and so was I. And but he had a fish recipe that I couldn't get away from. And we'd go there and have fish, and he'd always, I'd say, let me try your fish. I'm going to open it. This is 30 years ago, because I was trying to get it before we opened up here, and he goes, I'll give it to you, but I won't give it to you. So he'll give me the ingredients, and I have to mess with them and mess with them and mess with them.
Of course.
And ended up, I had to give up, and we walked in there the last time my uncle was able to, and he got older and so forth. But we went in there, and the guy says, "Hey, you still want that recipe?" Now this is a year later, it was always 1 year after that. And I go, "Yeah, I want that recipe." And he goes, "Our cooks just walked out. My daughter's back there by herself. We got a line out the door, as you can see." And he says, "You help her for a couple hours. You're good as cook as you say." Yes, I could jump in. So I jumped back there and helped her. And he says, "She'll show you the recipe." And that's how we got it. Yeah.
So I want to highlight, these meatballs are fantastic, first off.
Yeah.
That is an incredible glaze. It tastes like a very fresh meatball, too.
Yes.
A lot of times meatballs can kind of, I feel like, get lost in a very, kind of just robust way. This is fantastic. You could tell that it was...
Those are homemade meatballs. It's not frozen. That's something we make in-house every morning, and the glaze as well. So, yes.
So someone has to go in there and ball up.
Every day, somebody's in there balling them up, getting them all good for us.
I really like those meatballs, too. That glaze is probably some of the best. Like people always think of like barbecue sauce and things like that with meatballs, but that glaze is
It's just
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's right.
And then as someone who's grown up on corned beef and cabbage, that cabbage is cooked to perfection. I mean,
It's done
cooked in with those carrots and the potatoes. That all just melts together. It tastes delicious.
That's sort of the secret.
Yeah. How you cook that with all the potatoes and the cabbage with the meat juices.
How long
Give it all
does it take to get a batch of corned beef and cabbage all cooked up?
It'll take a few hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to do it correctly. Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
And some soda bread as well, along with it. Let's try it.
That's homemade.
Homemade.
Here.
That's made in house as well. We don't.
Heavenly.
Potato wedges. Can never go wrong with them, man.
Yeah, those are our favorites here. Those are Irish chips, as we call them. Yes, those are good.
Our first chef that was here worked in Chicago in an Irish bar. And he met somebody from Pekin, and a gal in Pekin, and so he moved down here and he was looking for a job, and he saw that there was a TV thing that we were going to open. He come running over here and said, I cooked in an Irish, and he's got to get these wedges. He says, that's what they all sell up in Chicago.
I could eat these fries all day.
I could eat all of this all day. I love this
gotta
cabbage.
taste
I'm
it.
a big cooked cabbage fan.
Oh, boy.
That's good.
Yeah.
The flavor.
The
of
nice
it
thing about this one is it is cooked with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but it goes in last. It's not an all-day cook. It goes later.
Cook, and then you add all the other stuff in afterwards, so it just finishes up with it, gives all the flavor. And
It's so juicy.
that potato and that cabbage together.
Like one great thing about corned beef is there's so much flavor coming out, and it's not overpowering, but it's a lot. And like with beef especially, sometimes it's hard to get that seasoning because it's kind of
Isn't it funny how the Depression and stuff hit, and the Irish came over, the Chinese come over, and we had you couldn't afford to get a prime rib.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford to get a lamb or anything like that. You got the worst part of the cow was the corned beef. And hundreds of ways of the Irish cooking it, they come out to their family's favorite.
Exactly. And it's just
it's from cooking, other ethnic foods are the same way. It's from what you could afford at the time.
and then you had to find a way to make it taste good.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's exactly right.
What do we have
So
here?
it's basically a Bailey's Irish cheesecake. And so we call it the Tipsy Leprechaun. Little chocolate sauce drizzled all over it, but
Absolutely.
it's tender.
Take a
and
bigger piece
What
of that.
is this crust? What do we got?
It's
for
like almost like an Oreo crust, like without the
That's what I was thinking.
Chocolate
cookie
think-
crust.
That keeps things chocolate for me.
Chocolate on chocolate.
Oh
You got a little bit of a pushback on that. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
guys, they sat down and ate with us.
That's the first time we've had that on this podcast. The funny thing is we kind of forgot about that because that was the original vision of this podcast was to sit down in that fashion. Now, for future episodes, don't feel pressured that you have to sit down with us. Don't feel like you have to. But that was our original vision, and we remembered that when they sat down, we went, "Oh, wow. I guess that's what we kind of did want to do in the first place."
Yeah, because they brought out the food and Pat and Sean pulled out the chairs and they sat down. They're like, "Oh, can we?" And we're like, "Yes, please do."
Yeah.
I mean, we got dinner and some story time with Pat. Who, let me tell you, you need a good story time.
Yeah, you do.
Pat has a lot of good stories, especially about the history of Kelleher's, his family history. Very proud of where they've come so far and where they're going to go in the future. So it was just a lot of fun to see that. So
Yes, it was. And when we come back, you're going to hear a little bit more from Pat and Sean, the father-son dynamic duo.
if you will.
About the history of Kelleher's. We'll be right back. Welcome back to What's on Your Table on WMED Plus, the show where two guys who love food, and we love food. We try food and we talk about it. I'm Alex Berger. With me, as always, my co-host and confidant, Christopher Huslig. Why did I trip on that? Sometimes the delay on my monitor trips me up. But we are going to Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. St. Patrick's Day just around the corner. We got to go to a Irish eatery. And what better to go to than Kelleher's in downtown Peoria?
Man, everything about Kelleher's was awesome. You guys saw that food, man. Just that corned beef and cabbage is some of the best I've had.
And we are traditionalists when it comes to corned beef and cabbage. That's a staple.
My dad makes homemade corned beef and cabbage every single year.
It's my mom's thing as well.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble and say if I like one or the other more. I don't need Pat mad at me. I don't need my dad mad at me. You know, I don't need any of that. But it's really corned beef and cabbage is so good, and we talked with Pat about it. It's just crazy to say it was a cheap piece of meat in the day that the Irish people could afford, and then they just found a way to make it taste good. Back, during the Depression, you don't have a lot. You got to take the cheap meat. Yep. And you got to make it work, and
That's
they
what
did.
He talked about,
Corned beef is delicious. That cooked cabbage, all the vegetables inside are cooked to perfection. Those meatballs, that glaze.
Oh man. Yeah.
But we'll get into all this more. We'll get into all of it more.
But first, you're going to hear from Pat and Sean. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Pat Sullivan, owner of Kelleher's, and this is my son.
I'm Sean Sullivan. I'm also a co-owner with my dad, Pat, at Kelleher's Irish Pub. We've had one of the largest post-parade parties and pre-parade parties that we've ever had in Peoria. We've been doing this for 25 years now. We shut off the block from Water Street, or from State Street all the way down to Walnut Street, and we throw tents outside, heat them up, so there's about 7,000 square foot of heated tents outside. We have our bartenders, servers out there as well. It's one of the largest in the Midwest. Parties that are going on St. Patrick's Day.
Unless it's Chicago, on Saturday.
On Saturday.
I got told that.
We open up at 8 o'clock, and we'll start serving breakfast at 8 a.m., and we go until 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. when we start doing our lunch, and that's when we'll switch over to the corned beef and cabbage and all the great Irish food there.
Do Guinness, does that do well for you guys also?
But
I have to ask you about the perfect pour.
Yeah, that's how we know who does the largest party. Through our Guinness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a perfect pour comes, it's poured with two gases. CO2, it keeps it from going bad, and then the nitrogen that we pour behind it will kick that CO2 out because it's got a little bitter taste, and Guinness don't like bitter. I was in the construction business in the floor covering 30 years ago. The O'Neill's trucking, which has G&D trucking across the river now. They used to own this and the building across the street where WTVP's at. And they outgrew it, and then the commotion that we were causing with retail and so forth, they decided to move, and the O'Neills have been family friends of my wife's parents for years. They lived by each other, and so we talked a bit to selling us this building next door, which 8-Bit's at, and this was their garage. They were working in this garage. They rented it from us for about 1.5 years after we bought it. But Mr. O'Neill was the greatest Irish guy ever anyway, and he just thought it was great what we were doing. And so we bought it, and we had to blast it with, not sandblast it, we had to bead blast it like they do on the highway because of the trucks that were in here with the fumes and stuff stuck on everything. So we had to get it all off. And we started with that. My brother was in the bar business, and he wanted it at first, and then he went to another building downtown. And my partner at that time and he said, well, what's your mom's last name? And I go, Kelleher. He goes, that's Irish enough for me. Let's use it. And I go, okay. So we did that. And it's been a hit ever since. And we've been going for over 25 years now. And just now family's getting into it. My granddaughter's even working here. So it's a family situation, and we like to invite the Irish and then other people that want to be Irish. That's fine too.
We've kept this tradition here going for 25 years. We've been a great local bar downtown. It's always been situated. Anybody I ever talk to, I mean, I could be anywhere, and they, what do you do? I own Kelleher's. And, oh, we've been there. That's great. And then they could be from Pennsylvania or Florida or wherever. A lot of people know about us down here.
There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
There's Pat and Sean, two of the most genuine people. They love what they do. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't remember if they talked about it in the video, but the history of that fish batter. We got a 30-minute history lesson on the fish batter, and it's worth every minute of it because it's just crazy that they went up to a restaurant in Iowa.
Oh, yeah, he did that whole explanation.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. He went up to Iowa and he got the batter because he helped out when they were busy.
I like that Pat's stories, they'll start, there's like a middle section, and then they end with, it's like, and that's how we got this. And you're like, what? That's awesome.
Like, can you imagine? You're just chilling. You're at a restaurant and you want something from them, and they're like, "Oh, go cook.
Yeah,
we're busy. We're
Hop back
swamped.
there.
I'm understaffed right now. But
So if you
go,
want that
you go help
recipe.
my daughter in the kitchen. She'll give you the recipe.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a great
Exactly.
story, and like just. It's people who love doing what they do, love, Pat's a big fisherman, and they do
Still.
that fishing fundraiser with Fish with Mr. Fish, I believe is what he said.
Yeah,
it was called.
Mr. Fish. I was like, that sounds like a Bond villain.
Yeah,
but that's his nickname.
It's his nickname, and everything about Kelleher's from the second you walk in. First of all, their steps and patio is really cool. It's
Yeah, it
that
is.
brick. You got the black railings, kind of gives you that old timer ish feel. And you walk in, and there is no question. But from the second you walk in that building, it's an Irish place.
Yeah. No kidding.
If you walk in and try to order like a beer rock or something or some lasagna, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Overly Irish, you gotta love it. And something I've noticed is Irish pubs, man, they don't take that lightly. They love what they do, and they do it well. And I mean, also they were talking about the St. Patrick's Day parade, and it's a whole family affair.
Yeah.
They know that not just people our age or people who want to go party are going to go out. They want to draw in, the 10-year-old kids and,
Right.
and the 80-year-old people as well.
Well, I think that's, and we'll get into this in the next block as well, but I think St. Patrick's Day, for me as a kid, and this is how it is for you as well, we've talked a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit more, it was more than just a holiday for drinking. I mean, you and I, we would just, as kids, I say that like we grew up together, but like you and I had a similar experience where we wear green, our parents would make food, your dad would wake you up, right, with some Irish music.
We'll get into all of that in the next block because it's fun.
But we had a fun experience as a kid, even though we didn't drink alcohol.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll expand more into that in the next block. But stay tuned to hear some of that, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to What's on Your Table, St. Patrick's Day edition. I'm your host, Alex Berger, and this is my co-host and confidant, Christopher Huslig. And if you're just joining us, this is our St. Patrick's Day episode. So happy St. Patrick's Day to
Oh man.
all those who celebrate. Is that how I say it?
If you don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
we got an issue. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great. Now I got to put out all the press
Now I gotta
fires on.
and let me tell you something. That food made me want to do a jig. All right.
Yeah.
That was delicious, but
Yeah, and so we're talking about Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery in downtown Peoria, and you've already heard from Pat and Sean, the father-son co-owner duo, but now we are expanding into our third block, which is where we're discussing.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself last block. I'm really excited for this episode. So
Yeah.
we
both got some Irish in us.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't. I'm Scottish.
What?
It's Scottish. Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, actually?
Yeah. Anyway.
All the times we've sang Rocky Road to Dublin, and this whole time you were...
I'm shipping up to Boston. But As you said, St. Patrick's Day has always been a big part of my life, though.
Yeah.
You know, my dad would make Scotch eggs in the morning, which is just a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage. Then we'd have corned beef and cabbage. He would wake us up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, blaring generally Dropkick Murphys and generally shipping up to Boston. It did change from year to year, which I appreciated.
Did they make more songs?
No, they didn't.
That's like their only song.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dubliners, he was waking us. It was rough. And then for
that's
like
where it's
all
at.
morning, you're just listening to blaring music across his $800 surround sound system was what it seemed like. But you know, so it was loud. But anyway,
Shout
so
out to
just
Christopher Husley.
oh yeah, old Chris. But you know, great time. I love St. Patrick's Day. It's such a fun time, and like you said, even as kids, you don't have to drink to have a good time at St. Patrick's Day. It is a benefit for those who can partake in such festivities
Exactly.
and who choose to partake. But even kids, Kelleher's does a great job making it a party for all. And, you know, that's their goal, and they even said it. You know, we want everyone to be able to have a good time, whether you're 10 or whether you're 97, you know, so.
98, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
That's it.
98. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
like those Lego
if
things
you're
where it's 1 to
98 going out to
99.
a St. Patrick's Day party, I want to meet you.
We want to understand. Oh, speaking of which, did you want anything from back here?
Oh, yeah.
anything?
Let me get
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Water, please. Water.
Pass that to you.
I don't know why I said that in like a Boston-ish accent.
Water.
But anyway,
That's- I think that's New York. I don't know.
we got about 3.5-ish minutes here.
Yeah.
I want to brush up on that food because I don't think we can
course.
talk about how good it was enough. That glaze on those meatballs, best thing. We were.
was incredible.
You and I
Dipping
were like
fries in there?
scooping the fry, and Sean Sullivan even said, "Yeah."
Sean Lazitza.
Yeah, no. Sean Lasitz is a digital person. who
Shout
works
out
here in
Sean.
Case you're curious. Shout out Sean.
Friend of the program. Sorry.
But anyway, that glaze on the meatballs was so good.
Some of the best glaze
It
on
was.
any food
Alex
I've
and I
ever
were
had.
just dishing it out with the fries or the potato wedges, and Sean said that
Irish chips.
they see that quite a bit. So
Yeah. And
then-
something you could replace with ketchup with.
yeah, and then their fish, that fish batter is delicious. It is worth the 30-minute story because it makes it that much better when you find out what all he had to do. No, I'm being serious. Like, you find out all the work he put into just to
Yeah.
get this fish batter that is very good.
Yeah, it is.
And it shows you put your heart and soul into something, and you find a way to get it, and he did. And
Smooth fish
so
and
good.
chips.
Oh man, what else do we? Oh, the corned beef and cabbage.
I want to talk a second
So
about
good.
how we like our corned beef and cabbage. Yes, it was extremely,
Cooked?
extremely good. Wow. So here's the thing. This is the second best corned beef and cabbage I've ever had. I am still sticking to my mom's corned beef and cabbage because there's just a certain tang about it. This is
Shout out Heather.
shout out to Heather Berger. So the way I would describe this corned beef and cabbage, it's different. It's a different type. It's still very delicious in its own right, and it's something you should absolutely, absolutely get if you go to Kelleher's because it is going to be one of the best food experiences you ever had. Perfectly cooked cabbage as well. It's a little bit more of a straightforward sweet corned beef. The way that my mom makes it, it's a little more mustardy. I like mine with a little more. I like it with a little more tang.
That just doesn't do it for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I mean.
My dad,
To each its own, you
the
know?
way my dad makes it is very similar to the way Kelleher's does, and that's how I enjoy
and it's
it.
hard. You can't really go wrong
And then
with.
that soda bread, Alex, you really,
Yeah.
you were raving about the soda bread, almost the whole 10-minute drive back to the station.
So my mom makes brown bread on St. Patrick's Day, which is similar. It's a little bit more weedy, I guess, if you will, sort of like if you were to take like white and wheat bread. This one's more of like the white bread, but it's more of a thick bread, but it's got like a sweetness to it, a little
It
bit,
was
very slight.
So good.
And that's how you want
especially
it.
in the juices of that corned beef and cabbage. Oh, and then the potatoes and the carrots were also
Lord.
cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
And then Alex, we got about 40 seconds here.
Nice.
One thing we have to touch on, the Bailey's cheesecake.
Absolute CI prep.
Some of the best some of the best cheesecake I've had, man. It was delicious.
I always know when you like something because you go, You like make this like face.
I also Bailey's, like, obviously I don't really drink as you know, but
Neither do I.
Bailey's has that kind of that I don't know, just something about it's smooth. It tastes good, and I just I like the flavor, you know.
Yeah.
So just that Bailey's cheesecake, something to kind of end off.
Something to cap off the meal.
Going to cap off the meal, and it's going to cap off this episode of the podcast.
Thank you for joining us here on What's on Your Table. We'll see you next week.